This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
The night before, y'all were in Richmond, Virginia at the Coliseum with Flair and Ricky Morton on top. Jimmy Valiant working with Shaska. Dusty and Magnum taking on the Midnight Express. Robert Gibson was in there with Tully Blanchard. Arn Anderson was in with Wahoo McDaniel. That's a hell of a card, man. I'd like to see that one today.
Yeah. There was I used to take the same Delta flight on Saturday mornings from Charlotte to Atlanta for the show early. The guys, sometimes I would be with them, but most times I was home and the guys were working somewhere on Friday. So very rarely would they be on the same flight. But there was this one morning they just so happened to be on the flight with me because they had been in Hall somewhere, near Charlotte. I think they were in Raleigh, and they didn't fly out of Raleigh. They drove to Charlotte. And the Horsemen came into the air, and I had upgraded, and the Horsemen came in, and there was like it was like zombies, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Tully was just coming in, and he threw himself down in the seat. Arn threw himself down the seat. JJ stumbled in, and then here came Flair, snapping his fingers, dancing, singing. And he looked at the flight attendant. He said, "Bloody Marys for everybody up here, up front." Yeah. And he's down. I'm thinking, how does this fucker do this? Right?
Yeah.
How does he do it? And then that's when Arn Anderson says, he drinks half of the drinks, the other drinks he throws away. Just he wants us to get drunk, and he's successful at it. Oh, my wife used to say he's probably taking a lot of B12 shots.
Oh, I've had a lot of B12 in my life. I wasn't never a B12 shot guy. I do those B12 chewables. I've done my fair share of those.
Yeah, I have too, as a matter of fact. But I just and I've taken B12 shots, like the little ones you drink a little shot.
Yeah,
but
of course, why not?
Yeah, and so, but anyway, it was just funny seeing everybody else out of it, and Ric Flair coming in, dancing and singing, snapping his fingers and everything. That was life back then, buddy. That was, and you know what else was?
Look at Garvin here. What would you call? How would you describe that?
I don't know. Ash smash. I don't know.
He's Lily bad jumping him, Tony.
Ronnie was Rick Steiner before Rick Steiner was around. Rick Steiner used to do that.
Spin, look at this. Fuck off, Cesaro.
See, Ronnie's just improvising here, man.
Ronnie Garvin is the man. Look at all the wrestlers he's inspired, from Taz to Cesaro. Oh, that's gonna be all she wrote.
Yeah.
Not gonna get up from that.
Can I spin you around the living room next time you come over like that, please? Please. I'll move the coffee table.
Oh, I'm sure you will. And then just let me go right in the pool.
The Raging Bull.
How long till they mention San Antonio?
An awesome display of superiority in wrestling. Ronnie Garvin is the type of man to come out and dismantle a man piece by piece. And I know he's after one man in Tully Blanchard. There's a lot of speculation going around the country or the world or wherever it may be that Paul Jones has assembled an army to come after a very good friend of mine because he got a piece of his hair. Well, Jimmy Boogie Woogie Man happens to be a very personal friend of mine. And anybody comes after him, whether it be Barbarian, Shotska Pez Watley, or Pistol Pez Watley, as I know him, T-Joe Khan, Baron Varfrasky, anybody that wants a piece of him, come to me, Daddy. Because when you come to the bull, you're going to get the doctor. And I doctor up a lot of people, especially these loudmouth people, the ugly kind that go around opening their yap but can't back it up. There's a lot of them people running around. I'll tell you one thing, Paul Jones, me and Boogie can get the job done. And I promise you one thing, you will be bald. You don't need no air conditioning for your hair this summer because you will be bald. You bunch of bald-headed geeks like you got running around now, you will be bald. You'll be missing your hair. There's a lot of people in San Antonio, Texas.
There it is.
That I hold personal too. There's a lot of good people out there. San Antonio's always been the heart for the Raging Bull. I started there, and I plan on going back. So el corazón de todos los latinos, todos los chicanos, toda la raza van a ver. Cuando yo vengo para atrás a ser el campeón aquí de San Antonio y todos los mexicanos. You know, Tony, we got to talking about a lot of people, a lot of controversy all over the world. There's some good friends of mine, my adopted hometown of Shelby, North Carolina. And the people got a program out there said, it's called Say No, baby. That means say no to a lot of bad things in the world. And say no to drugs. And that's exactly what I'm talking about right now. All you good people out there at the Iron Bar watching right now, and all you little kids, say no, baby, because that's the #1 destroyer of the world, besides all the other evils going around. And I'm telling you right now, the bull says no, you say no, because it's only going to happen one time in your life, and make it the good time. Because one time in your life is all you need to ruin it. And do it, baby. When somebody comes up, you say no, baby. Big words, N-O. And that way, the bull will always be on your side and everybody else. That way, you'll be a person in whole, not a phony person, like a lot of other people run around. Boogie, the bull is your person, and he's for real, because he says no to Paul Jones and his kind and to everything else. So I'm coming to tell you people, when you say no, you can feel good in your heart, because in your heart, you know that you're a better person than everybody else. And that's coming from the bull, and that's coming from my heart. And no olvida una cosa, yo digo del corazón, y eso es lo que conta.
Okay, Manny, thank you very much. Fans, we're coming right back.
I could just tell your whole body language was shut the fuck up.
Actually, he kind of kicked in a high gear there at the end, but when he says, when you open up a can, you got the doctor. I went,
A lot of things are going on in the world of wrestling right now. A lot of them are centered around Chief Wahoo McDaniel. As you know, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin along with Precious have come out here weeks and weeks again and talked about Chief Wahoo McDaniel and the things that they would do to him. Well, another man has joined in that fight against Chief Wahoo McDaniel, and that is the world TV champion Arn Anderson. And here is Wahoo McDaniel right now. And Wahoo, I know a lot of things have been happening. There's another man in it now, Arn Anderson.
I want that belt.
Well, Tony, you know, there's a lot of people when you're a champion, the people, children, people want to look up to a champion and think he's something special. But, you know, you can understand a man like Garvin who takes a girl around to pull his clothes off for him, to take his tights off, and to take up his fights for him. But a man like Arn Anderson, who's the world's TV title holder, is a person you should look up to. The man is a good athlete. He's got size. He's got ability on his size. And yet he wants to jump in, hit me in the back, and stick his nose in my business. Well, I won't sit here and lie to you. There's nothing to make me happier than to be the world's TV champion. And right here, I want you to see, it's a match. I'm totally uninvolved with Arn Anderson. I'm totally uninvolved with Garvin. And here he sends the girl to do his work again. And you can see right here, she just has a feeling. She doesn't think I'll hit her, but brother, she's got a lot of things coming because she's gotten very close to making me break. And here's Garvin coming to hit me in the back.
Right from behind.
Right from behind, never from the front.
And, you know, we're going to see here in just a second Arn Anderson come in. And you have dealt with the Anderson family before. You know what kind of things they will try to pull to get on a man.
Well, Gene and Ole Anderson, you know, we're world champions, and we battled them for a long time. And now they've got Arn here. And Arn, I don't know why he wants to stick his nose in my business. I've done nothing to Arn Anderson, but I guarantee you, Arn, now you've stuck your nose in my business. You are the world's TV champion. I would like to be the champion, and I want to make the people proud of a champion because I don't have to jump on anybody's back to beat them.
Okay, Chief Wahoo McDaniel looking now a shot for that world TV title. Let's go back to the ring, fans.
David Dillinger will be in there with Robert Gibson.
Yeah. I was thinking about that B-roll that, as we call it, B-roll that Wahoo and I were watching. Yeah. You know, in this era, we, before we go out and do a show, we watch all the B-roll.
Right.
We actually, as announcers, we practice what we're going to say and who's going to say it. We kind of practice it. We bullshit, you know, we don't, you know, we say funny shit. But anyway, we look at it. But back then, we never looked at shit. That just happened, man. And that's pretty cool. I don't understand a couple of things here. I don't understand where David Crockett is again, because it was like either last week or 2 weeks ago on the show that he wasn't here again. And I know sometimes that he had some things to do with buildings and had to do some travel for the company. I get that, but it looks like he's missing a lot.
Let me mention, you guys did a double shot on the 4th. Well, let's go back a week, I guess. You did 3 shows on the 3rd. Of course, you did your TV taping here in Atlanta. Then you did a show in Charleston, West Virginia, and Greensboro, North Carolina at the Coliseum. The next day on the 4th, another double shot, matinee show in Asheville, and then the evening was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. On the 5th, once again, double shot, 2 shows, one in Fayetteville, North Carolina, one in Greenville, South Carolina. Fast forward to the 6th, and we've got a single show at the Spartanburg Memorial Auditorium. That's the TV taping where they did that whole news angle that we saw at the top of the program.
Right.
2 shows on the 7th, one in Ronda, North Carolina, one in Wheeling, West Virginia. 3 shows on the 8th, one of which was in Concord at the North, how do you say this? Northwest Cabarrus High School?
Cabarrus. Yeah, Cabarrus.
Okay. This was to benefit the Northwest Cabarrus Boosters Club, which I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, on top, though, it's pretty good. It's Dusty Rhodes and Arn Anderson. They also had Whitmire, South Carolina, where they had the Rock and Roll or the Midnight Express, and then Canton, Ohio. So 3 shows on the 8th, 1 show on the 9th that we already recapped, which was Richmond. And later today here, they're doing a big show and a TV taping in Charlotte at the Coliseum, and then 1 show in Florence, South Carolina at the American Legion. So I'm going to guess he's probably setting up TV in Charlotte on this day.
Yeah, you're probably right. He's probably doing that. Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh.
World Championship Wrestling, the response is for America's team. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.